There goes $250. This thing is so cool. I really like dinosaurs. I don't know if you could tell that by looking at my channel or not, but I really like dinosaurs. And I'm gonna build this thing today. But that's not the point of this video. You see, I asked you, yes you, the viewers, to ask me your deepest, most thought-provoking questions. And you delivered. You delivered. I have a lot of questions here to go through, and I'm going to answer them all. These questions are going to make you think. These questions are going to make you rethink your life choices, trust me. All while I'm building this awesome Lego dinosaur. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just really wanted to purchase and build this dinosaur. You know it's going to take a while when there's 3 instruction manuals. But that's okay, because I have a lot of questions to get through. Let's open up bag number 1. Oh shit, that's upside down. There you go. All right, let's begin with our first question, shall we? Remember, these questions are deep. These questions are thought-provoking. We're gonna have a lot of long discussions all across this journey. Here we go. How do you have so much aura? I don't know. It's kind of just been the way I've always been, you know? People have been telling me all my life about all the aura that I possess. You know, people can usually hear me coming because they can sense my aura from a mile away, they say. Some people call me the aura god. Okay, let's move on to like an actual question. Do you think there are aliens? I think so. I think it's pretty silly to think that, you know, in this huge, expansive universe that we live in, there is no other life beyond just us. I mean, there are billions upon billions of galaxies, and to think that out of all of those, the only planet to ever spark life is this one, I frankly think that's a little silly to think. Now, do I think we will ever meet or encounter these life forms? Definitely not in my lifetime at least. I mean, given our current trajectory, the odds of us even reaching another solar system in the time that I'm alive is second to none. You know, it's hard enough as is for us to get ourselves to Mars, let alone, you know, a solar system or another galaxy that has life in it. Oh my goodness, this is hard. I don't think humanity will ever develop the technology necessary to reach these other life forms, so I believe that if we do ever meet aliens, it will be them coming to us. And frankly, I think that if aliens came here, I don't think we'd have much to worry about. I think they'd be pretty chill. I mean, if we were to discover an alien species intelligent like us, I don't think we'd go in guns a-blazing. We'd want to communicate with them, and I believe that other intelligent life would feel the same. So yes, I do believe there are aliens, and I believe they're probably pretty chill. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga or Lego Batman 2? I like this question a lot, because these are the two juggernauts of Lego games. You know, this is the Michael Jordan versus LeBron of Lego games. And look, I think both games are great in their own, whatever the word I'm looking for is, their own right. Then, there we go, that's the word I was looking for. Me personally, if I had to choose between the two of them, it would have to be Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. And look, it's the one I spent more time playing growing up. I love Star Wars a lot more than I love DC. I've always loved Star Wars. I do believe that The Complete Saga is a better game. And look, that's totally not influenced by the fact that I've never played Lego Batman 2. That doesn't have anything to do with it at all. But it is true, I haven't played Lego Batman 2, and therefore I by default believe that The Complete Saga is a better game. Fight me. Favorite OG American colony? I really don't have an answer to that one. Virginia? I don't know. Is that a good answer? Probably is. How's life been for you, brother? You know what? Thank you so much for asking that. It's been going great for me lately. It really has. It really has. Man, that put me in a good mood. Why are geese the worst animals to exist? You think you're so funny, don't you? You think you're so funny. Oh, let's make fun of the guy who very clearly, whose favorite animal is a goose. I mean, look, geese are not the worst animal of all time. Now, swans, on the other hand, look, don't even get me started on the things. Look, you can listen to it enough already from me, okay? I'm not gonna get into it, okay? Geese are not the worst animals, okay? Don't Don't say that type of stuff to me. Best meme ever. Okay, so this is a question I actually quite like. I was initially gonna give like a joke answer to this question, but I'm really thinking about it. There's been a lot of memes out there, a lot of memes throughout history, like that low taper fade meme. Oh man, that sure is a funny one, but it's not the best one. Look, it may not be the objectively best meme ever, but one of my personal favorites is all the memes about that immortal snail. You know the hypothetical. You know, you're immortal, but there's an immortal snail chasing after you, and it's the only thing that can kill you. I love the memes about that, solely for the fact that it just keeps coming back. Any meme that mentions a snail, I don't even need context. I know what it's talking about. It's the snail. I think it's hilarious. That low taper fade meme is pretty good though. Should the death penalty ever be used? In your opinion, if so, what qualifies as something worthy of the death penalty? Oh boy. Listen, that's a very morally complex question. I don't taking another human life, ooh boy. It's such a hard thing. It's hard to say what kind of acts truly warrant being killed for. One thing I do know though is that if you take my diamonds in Minecraft, you do deserve the death penalty in real life. More wheels or more doors? Okay, I knew someone was gonna ask me this one. This question is very hard to answer because, I mean, you know, the more you think about it, the more you start to side with both sides. I mean, think about cars, you know, like, okay, those have 4 wheels, but most of those also have 4 doors, you know. You think about planes, those got a lot of wheels, but they have a lot of doors too, you know. It's so complex, and then you start to really think, what counts as a wheel, what counts as a door? I mean, door hinges, No, probably not, those probably don't count. I mean, a wheel's gotta spin 360 degrees for it to count as a wheel. You know, you think about, say, the Hot Wheels industry, you know, that entire company ups the amount of wheels on Earth by a huge margin. I mean, you know, you think about all kinds of things like carriages and water wheels and, oh man, and then you start to think about what counts as a door. I mean, my closet door has 2 doors, but does it count as 2 doors? Or would you still only count it as 1? You know, you don't know. If you want my personal opinion on what team I'm on, I am on Team Wheels. I believe there are more wheels on Earth than there are doors. I mean, think about it. Cheese wheels, huh? There's a lot of those. Not a lot of cheese doors on Earth. Here's a question that isn't so hard to answer, though. Are there more seats in the world or more doors? Are you crazy? More seats or more doors? Really? Really? You're actually considering that one? Obviously, there are more seats in the world. It's not even close. You know, think about this. Schools, airplanes, stadiums, like football stadiums, movie theaters. I work at a movie theater, and I'm 99% sure there are more seats in that building than there are doors. You know? It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thought. Seats. There are more seats in the world. When pig fly? 2027. Favorite band? Here's the thing. I don't have one. People who know me well know that I don't really have a music taste, like at all. That doesn't mean I have a bad taste. What it does mean is that I don't have any particular favorite artists or favorite bands. My Spotify playlist changes all the time. That thing evolves. There are times where I could add a song and it will only be there for like a week before I take it out. The music I like changes all the time. It's never consistent. So I cannot say with full certainty that any one band in particular is my favorite, because I don't have one. Okay, we have the stands for the T-Rex build. This is what's gonna prop it up. If all conscious experience is filtered through subjective perception, can we truly know objective reality? Or are we simply interpreting the shadows on our own cave wall? Wow, what a deep and thought-provoking question. I suppose the answer is no. We can never truly know what is and is not objective. We could be in a simulation. We could be dreaming. I could be dreaming. You could be dreaming. My sort of fields might not even exist. Yeah, I think the answer is no. We don't know. There is no way to know the answer. There is no way to know what is or is not objective. I believe we are simply interpreting the shadows on our own cave wall. Dang. How many pineapples can you fit in your ass? 3. What is your weakest point right now, and how are you working to improve it? Ooh, that takes some self-reflecting. Some people seem to believe that I have a hard time admitting when I'm wrong, which might be true. I don't know. I'll need more evidence on that one. Why? Now that truly is the question, isn't it? Did Epstein kill himself? Some people certainly think so. Okay, one thing I love about this build is that there's this little hidden compartment with a frog and a steering wheel. This isn't gonna be visible once the thing's done, but it's there. It's there. Okay, let's read our next serious question. If a Hawktua could Hawktua, how much hawk could a Hawktua Hawktua? Really, guys? Really, this is the maturity level we are at? These are the questions we're asking? Okay, certainly they can't get worse than this. How much did would a woodchuck suh if a woodchuck could suh did? Okay. Best college advice for graduating seniors from high school. You do realize that I am a senior in high school. I'm not a college student. I can't answer this question. I can answer the next one though. Why did you pick your college? Okay, that's a question I can't answer. I am going to the University of Iowa. I'm gonna be a Hawkeye, everybody. And the reason I'm going is because I am a D1 athlete. I'm kidding, that's a joke. I am going there because I am going to be a film major, and they have a very good film program. In fact, the two guys who wrote A Quiet Place, I can't think of their names right now, I feel bad, I'll throw them up on screen. They went to the University of Iowa, and you know, they made a huge blockbuster hit, at least the first one. They didn't actually have anything to do with anything else in that franchise. Like the second one they didn't write, which is why it's not as good. And another crazy fact, the two of them also went to the Bettendorf School District together, which is where I go. So I figured that, you know, if they can be successful, if they can come from the same place that I do, go to the University of Iowa, major in film, and make a blockbuster hit, then so can I, because that's what I want to do. I want to make movies. How do you get huzz? And then after that, how do I pull bitches? Well, my first piece of advice is maybe don't call them that. Look, I will sometimes use the words fine shit, ironically, but I do not understand them freshman boys in the hallway who use those words unironically, because how the heck are you doing that? But okay, here is Sawyer's forbidden Riz tactic. This is forbidden, don't tell anyone about it. When it comes to men in relationships, they all fear one thing: a man more talented than he is stealing his girl away from him. You need to become that man. What's a skill that 99% of people are bad at? Roller skating. People are terrible at it because the normal average person does not own roller skates. What you gotta do is you gotta purchase a pair of roller skates and you gotta start practicing. You gotta become Olympic level, okay? You gotta be able to do backflips. You gotta be able to do twirls. You gotta be a gold medalist at roller skating. And what you do on the weekend, late at night, you gotta go to them roller skating rinks, okay? And look, there's always gonna be like 3 or more couples at those things, and the dude is gonna be terrible. He's gonna be flopping around. He isn't gonna know what he's doing. You gotta go on to that rink and show the F out. You gotta throw on the greatest performance of your life. Because what's gonna happen is one of them girls is gonna look at her boyfriend who's fumbling around, doesn't know what he's doing, and she's gonna look at you, a fucking shining star, and she's gonna go over and start talking to you. Before you know it, you'll be picking up all the girls at the roller skating rinks, stealing them all away. There you have it. There's my forbidden Riz technique. You're welcome. Acceptable age gaps in relationships. Ooh boy. I think in most cases with adults, it hardly matters too much. People stop caring the older people get. But I'm guessing that this question is meant to be talking about high school relationships. That's usually where people spark discussion. I think, generally speaking, try not to date anyone that is more than a grade away from you. Like if you're a senior, you should probably stick to other seniors and juniors. Definitely no freshmen, absolutely not. That is very weird. Do not do that. You're a creep if you are a senior and are dating a freshman. Do you think the world will end and humankind will be eradicated, or do you think we will end up traveling space for a new home? I like this question because it assumes that those are the only two options. Like either we're all gonna die here or we're gonna go live somewhere else. Why not just say we live here forever and chill. I don't know. I think this question is just saying, like, will we die here, or will we have found a new home? I don't know. I actually think it's pretty unlikely, especially given human nature and the way we are in terms of, like, resources. I think it's very unlikely that we will ever find a new home outside of Earth. I think we'd be better off just trying to protect the planet we already live on than trying so desperately to find a new one. So, yeah, I think humans will be eradicated before we find a new home somewhere else. Have you ever done the Zaza? No. David Ball. Now that is a question, isn't it? David Ball. Goodness me, what a man he is. I agree with you. He is a 10 out of 10, perfect, handsome, beautiful man. Anyways, what is one of your favorite memories at BHS? Gotta be winning Homecoming King, what can you say? Alright, no. But Homecoming Week, senior year as a whole, I think is probably my favorite memory at BHS. Just the whole thing all together, really. I mean, it was just so much fun, man. I mean, first off, everything that had to do with being on homecoming court was so much fun. Getting to practice for the pep assembly skit with Livy during the morning of that week was so much fun. We would meet together in one of the band rooms and just, practice the choreography for our fight scene, which I put together. And the whole skit, everything we did in our skit was all her idea. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. That was all her, and she paid for the stuff, which I am incredibly thankful for. But, getting to do that, getting to do the lightsaber fight in the pep assembly was just so much fun, along with getting to see all those other skits. I think they were all really great this year, especially David's. Getting to make the homecoming court video and the homecoming spirit week video. I made both of those. Both of those videos, I think, are two of my best ads that I've made for student council. They're both tons of fun to make. Film on the field was so much fun. The parade, especially, getting to be in that convertible, was such a blast, man. It was all just such a good time. And then, of course, winning King. I mean, come on, of course I enjoyed that. What's your funniest moment in high school? See, I got a different answer for this one. I've been really racking my brain around how to answer this because I've had a lot of funny moments in the school. But one that always has stuck out to me because it was kind of like, holy moly, this is crazy. Really not, but it was anything but a backpack day. I've told this story numerous times. I think it's quite hilarious, the thing I witnessed. So yeah, it was anything but a backpack day, so people carried their stuff around in things that were not a backpack. And there were all kinds of silly things that day, but it was the end of the school day that stood out for me. So I was walking to the stairwell to go down the stairs so I could get out of the building. And there's this massive crowd of people all gathered around on the stairs, and they're all cheering. I'm like, what is this about? So I go down the stairs, and I see two guys sitting on a snow sled at the top of the stairs on the way down to the main floor. And I had seen these guys walking around. I had seen them dragging that sled around all day, but here they were, ready to go down. Everyone was cheering, everyone was recording. I didn't have time to get my phone out. I really wish I did, but, before I knew it, I just see these two guys ready to go down the stairs and they slid across the whole floor. I am still shocked to this day that they did not hit a single person on their way down because they slid across the entire lobby area that they slid into. Goodness me, I really wish they did another anything but a backpack day because for whatever reason, that was the last time they did it. I wonder why. What is the number one animal on the food chain? Humans. It's not even close. It's us. It's obviously us. Even if the T-Rex was still alive, I still think we'd be on the top of the food chain because I don't think a T-Rex was bulletproof. If we have guns that can take down elephants, I'm sure we could take down a T-Rex. I think a police department could take down a T-Rex. It's us. We are the most superior creature on the planet, without a doubt. One regret you have in high school friendships. Ooh, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. I think, looking back, I'd have to say that it's very easily relying on the wrong people to make me happy. I think that's a big one. That's a big thing. Throughout high school, I met various people. I thought they were good people. I relied on them to make my life better, and they did the opposite. So, yeah, putting my faith in the wrong people. Is our concept of time irrelevant? Yes. Yes, it is. Does money buy happiness? It certainly can buy things that make you happy, like a Lego T-Rex. Or, anyone who's ever walked into a casino knows exactly what that kind of joy is like. Am I right, guys? The joy is unmatched. Okay, Mar or Oh Santa? Who the hell is even... Dude, we're finally onto the second packet. Thankfully, this one is not as long as the first one. Neither is the third one. So, we're getting there. What will cause humanity's extinction and approximately when? You don't want to know. You don't want to know the horrors. The horrors that will come and ravage humanity. You don't want to know. But I can tell you, it'll be in the year 3147, so we're chill for now. Okay. This is taking me way longer than I thought it was going to. So, I'm gonna have to stop where I am and come back on another day to finish this thing. This is very unfortunate, and I'll see you later. Alright, day 2 of building this monstrosity. Let's get back into it. What is humanity's biggest strength and weakness? I think our biggest strength and our biggest... holy moly, I just started and I can't even speak. Our biggest strength and our biggest weakness are one in the same. I think it is our ability to communicate with one another and our intelligence. Our intelligence and being able to communicate, especially with something like, the internet and social media, and being able to communicate at such long distances, has been able to, allow us to become as great as we are. But at the same time, it's also our biggest weakness, because a lot of people are like mean and hateful, and that can lead to a lot of problems. And that's not very cool. That's not very chill, if you ask me. Has the internet helped humanity or hurt it? Why? I think same thing I just said. I think it's done both. Obviously, it's a good thing for communication, for connecting, for learning. But at the same time, a lot of people are very hateful. A lot of people say mean things to me. Like Nathan Von Tolliver Vance Gillian V, who left such a mean comment on one of my podcast episodes. It was horrible. If you were an animal, what would you be? Why? I'd be a freaking alpha sigma wolf, because I'm the freaking alpha, that's why. Don't mess with me and my pack, gang. Do you like boys? No. Have you ever had any homosexual thoughts and or tendencies? No. What? Guys, what are we... Are you single and can I slide into the DMs? What? Guys, what are we talking about here? What? Can I hit? Favorite dinosaur roar? It'd have to be the Giga, otherwise known as the Giganotosaurus. How can I be a dinosaur? Rah! I actually don't know. You'd have to go ask a dinosaur. How did Stegosaurus get down and jiggy with another dino? Like, the Thagomizer must have cut off its wee-wee or something. Like, there's no way that a T-Rex could have done doggy with... Hold on. Those short hands. So how? How did dinos have... Chance, why would you ask me that? Will you start a school Minecraft server? You know what? I am actually so flattered by the fact that someone thought that if there was anyone who was going to do it, it was going to be me, because it totally would. As much as I would like to, I don't know if it's possible. Do you believe in God/Jesus? Sadly, no. If you had to pick which religion, dead or surviving, would you subscribe to? I.e., which religion, dead or surviving, do you think is the most accurate? I don't really know if I can say confidently which one's the most accurate. I can tell you which one I would subscribe to. I mean, maybe it's a cop-out answer, but it'd probably be just Greek religion. I know that's like a really popular one, but I really like the stories from Greek mythology, or I guess if I believe in it, I wouldn't consider it myth. But I just think it'd be really cool to call down the wrath of Ares before slaughtering my enemies. Least favorite government agency? Well, that one's easy. The Department of Education. Why do you cut out the parts of the podcast where you call the guests slurs / belittle their appearance and or demeanor? I don't do that. I don't. I don't do that, guys. I don't. Why would you? I don't do that. Okay, I don't do that. What is your deepest secret? Why did you tell me last week that you like to eat babies, guys? What? I didn't say these things. What is with all these false allegations? I don't eat babies. When can we expect a Sawyer for President campaign? 2048. 2048 will be the year I run for president and win. What time do you go to bed? Why do you want to know that? It's a weird question to... How long does it take for the police to arrive at your house? Why do you want to know that? Alright, we're coming down to the wire on this thing. We're almost done, so these last few questions are gonna get a little serious. Alright, here we go. What classifies someone as a bad person? What about a good person? You know, to me, for this question, you know, when it comes to good and bad people, it's all about intention. I'm not the first person to say this. This isn't like new information I'm sharing. But I am a believer that good people are capable of doing bad things. And bad people are capable of doing good things. It's all about intention. People make mistakes. People make mistakes all the time. Just because you make a mistake or hurt someone's feelings, let's say, on accident, doesn't make you a bad person, so long as you take accountability for those actions. I believe that as long as you had no ill intent with whatever you did, you're not a bad person. And there are people out there that can do good things but have malicious intent, and those people are bad people. What advice would you give your 10-year-old self? This one kind of goes in line with, you know, everything I said in my video, It Wasn't So Bad. And that would be to chase your passion, little man. Look, I mean, the only thing I really regret from growing up is having not discovered my love for film, my love for editing, all that sooner. I remember as a kid, I always wanted to do stuff like this, you know, making videos, but I never really thought that I would ever do it because I was like, oh, there's no way I'd even be good enough to do that. I would never, you know, I never do it. And I should not have told myself those things, because here I am actually doing it. And, you know, even though I might not be big and famous, that's not the point. The point is that I'm doing something that I am truly enjoying doing. And to me, that's all that really matters. Awesome. Okay. The T-Rex is done, but there's still one more bag with some other random stuff in it. And we've got three more questions left, but I'm gonna pair them all into one. Alright, let's read these. First up we have, if the universe has no purpose, does creating your own truly matter, or is it just a comforting illusion? Second, what does fulfillment mean to you? And lastly, what is life's purpose? Yeah, that's the first one. It's kind of the age-old question, you know. You know, what's the meaning of life? Does life have meaning? We're all so small, you know, in the grand scheme of things. You know, the universe is so massive and we're so tiny. So, do we really matter? Does creating our own purpose in life truly mean anything? And I say yes. You see, fulfillment to me is, and it's not the most complicated answer out there, but it's simply being satisfied with the things you have done. It's being happy with what you've done in life. And in terms of what life's purpose is, I think so long as you are fulfilled, then that is life's purpose. Take this video, take this T-Rex, for example, you know. This video isn't gonna mean a whole lot to a lot of people. Most people probably won't care about it. Most people definitely don't care that I now have this T-Rex, but I do. I am happy that I have taken the time to build this thing. And so long as I am happy that I have done this, so long as I am fulfilled with myself, then I have fulfilled life's purpose. And would you look at that? Well, that's kind of why I do all the things I do. It's why I make the student council videos. It's why I make all the videos that I make, because I like doing it, because I am satisfied doing it. It's because I am fulfilled. Creating our own purpose in life does have meaning, because that fulfills the meaning of life. That is the meaning of life. If you aren't fulfilled with the things you are doing, then life has no meaning. And that's about all there is to say about that. Again, it goes in line with that other video I made. Chase your passion. Find your way of fulfilling yourself. Once you do that, everything will kind of make sense to you. Because, well, being fulfilled is the meaning of life.
Hold on. There's a question here that I missed. Let's see what it says. Should the viewers like and subscribe? Yes. Yes, they should.